Canada is going to be hosting Australia to get us underway here. Canada 1-0 after a big win yesterday against Haudenosaunee. Australia still looking for their first as they fell on day one to the undefeated United States. Canada coming down the main tunnel there as they surround their net. We'll see who they decide to put in between the pipes here today. They played both of their goaltenders yesterday against Haudenosaunee, and it does look like the second of the two will be between the pipes here today. That's Dane Stiefel, who played the second half, 15 saves on 15 shots for him. Haudenosaunee not able to beat him in the second half. On the other side, for Australia, it looks like that is going to be Darcy Martin-Liptak in between the pipes. For Australia, I believe he played the second half, if my memory serves me correctly, against the United States. Djeredjian at center, taking on McAllister for the opening draw. Canada did well in the face-offs against Haudenosaunee yesterday. We'll see how they do here today. Australia struggled a little bit against the U.S. in their first. This will get quickly picked up by Canada to take the opening draw of day three here. And they'll start in the offensive zone. Taking it down the left side, Wong sending it to the corner. Back across the zone, Hunt can't hold on. It is picked up once again by Wong. He'll reset. 15 seconds on the shot clock. They'll try and head down the left. McNally wires this one on. Rebounds there. Picked back up by Chinsky. Australia trying to break out. Canada double team forces the turnover. Wong down the left, walks in, fires it off the shoulder. That'll be a good stop. Getting the rebound again. Canada relentless on the offense here. Down the right side. Materi trying to spin his way in. Won't fire. Takes it back up to the top. Wong sends it through. Canada gets there first. That's going to be Isaac Wong, I believe, picking up his first of the tournament. And it was a nice one from right up top, sending it through traffic, able to beat the 5-hole. Djeredjian getting ready to go on the other side of Ryder Douglas this time for Canada. So they'll end up rolling across half. Australia getting the pickup. Heading in on the attack. Spivey taking it to the corner, setting up Djeredjian. That'll get blocked in front and turned away by Jet Matisho. Canada on the breakout. Heading up the near side, spinning back the other way. Maxwell Lister trying to evade traffic. Narby forcing him to the outside as he hands this one right off. Judah Nation taking it down the side. 2 goals in Canada's debut. Down the left side, McNally walking this one in. Has Nation on the right side. Bounces off his stick. Ballistin walks in. Dives for it. Won't get it. Rebounds there. Another try for Canada. Will end up popped loose right in front. Wong taking it back to the corner. Canada resets. Nation to the top. Fires this one on. Bounce shot going wide. McNally on the left side. 25-second shot clock. Ballistin down the right side. Back to Nation. Behind the goal. They'll go for a dive. Good stop in front by Martin-Liptak. Long pass over center, gets picked off by Canada. Halliday. He's going to load up and look cross half. Materi up at the top. Materi didn't play in Canada's first game, making his debut here at the World Juniors, firing on his Nation. Good stop by Martin-Liptak. Already 5 shots registered by Canada, just 2 minutes into this one. Deshawn sending this one down center, missing on that try. Stiefel is going to look deep here. Passing it up to Hunt. He'll walk it over half. Canada with 20 seconds on their shot clock. They'll start on the right side. Materi back to the top. Ballistin down the left side. Picking it up. McNally cuts his way through it. Through the defense and puts that one on. 2-0 Canada. Brandon McNally, another player who did not play for Canada against Haudenosaunee yesterday, gets his first of the World Juniors. Does a good job cutting his way through 2 defenders. And you're going to get another look at it here. Able to just walk right through him pretty easily as McAllister picks up the opening. Draw for Canada. Back down the left side. That bounces off a pad. Wong picking it up down low. Having to fight for it. It'll roll back up the boards. Robichon not able to beat Lucas Deshawn to the ball. He'll go down the left side. Up at the top. Going down the left side is Dylan. Trying to send this one in on the attack. Australia sets up their offense. Over to Dredgian on the left side. Working off the screen. Puts this one on. They'll score! Australia brings themselves back within one. And it was a beautiful shot off the screen by Adam Dredgian. Just putting that one right down the left side, beating Dane Stiefel. Stiefel did not get scored on at all against Haudenosaunee, stopping 15 of 15 in the second half. He'll get scored on for the first time today, just 4 minutes into this one. Matisho back behind the goal for Canada off the draw. So he'll get popped up. They'll go down the right side. Maxwell Lister in the offensive zone, into the corner, finds Hunt. Down low, cutting in, goes for the behind the back shot, won't go. Australia heading the other way off the steal. A 2-on-2. He'll choose to spin back. Chloe's down the left. Handing this one off. Sawamura. Looking for options up at the top. Dylan back to the corner. Danby has to go back out. Finds a man right in front. Dylan going low. Good stop by Stiefel. Rebounds there. He'll get the second try as well. And it looks like this is going to be given back to Australia. Back in the corner. Danby resets. Hall up at the top. They'll go down the right. Spivey back in the corner. Trying to cut in past Lott. Takes it in front, and he'll take a step down in the crease. Canada getting it back. Canada taking it down the floor. This one with McAllister. He'll hand this one off. Wong up top with it. Down the right side. Nation. He'll see a lane trying to take it. Fires it on. Now they're going to stop by Martin Liptak. Looking deep here. McCauley takes a heavy hit by Brady Weaselfat, and he is down. As we'll get a whistle here. We'll wait and see what the call ends up being on this one. It was just a high, heavy hit right at the center of the floor. And he did connect with the helmet, it looks like. We'll see what the refs end up deciding on it. As he is down, he's being checked on by the trainer for Australia. And it looks like the stick might have got him right in the neck as well. He is getting up, which is a good sight for Australia. He'll head down the tunnel, and they'll check on him before he returns to the game. Did catch him up high. I'm sure they'll check for a concussion. 2 minutes thrown up on the board for Brady Weaselfat. I didn't catch the call on what it's going to be here. There's a few different ways they could have gone with it. We'll see what they decide to do. Dylan down the left side. It looks like it's a legal body contact, a major, as it gets updated to 5 minutes. They'll start on the right side. Hall back to the top. Australia with a long power play. Let's see if they can set something up. Dylan back to the opposite side. Tannaby can't hold on. Foot playing physical defense, picked up by Stiefel. He's going to look for Bar Hemsing. Won't hit him. McAllister back up high. Bar Hemsing. Canada trying to do something down a man. They're going to hand this one off. Get the offense back on the floor. Ballistin on the right side, back across the zone. Can't find the stick he was looking for. It'll bounce all the way across. Australia a rush the other way. Canny down the right side. Ballistin straight on his hip. Has to take it back outside. Couldn't get the fast break to go as Australia gets their power play back on the floor. Back up to the top, Dillon. They'll head down the right with Hall. Dillon again. Narby. Dredgian playing on the wing. Back to Dillon at the top. He'll walk in, he'll fire, good stop. Stiefel. He's going to load up, has an option deep in Matisho. Down the right side, 2-on-1 for Canada. Long on the far side, they won't fire. Will end up being sent back to Materi at the top. 20 seconds to waste down for Canada as they try and survive this power play. On the right side, Nation works off a screen from Materi, fires it on. Materi on the rebound, dives for it, won't get it. They'll say he took a step in regardless. Australia getting the ball back. Taking it back over half. Chloe's to Dillon. On the left side, Narby. Into the corner they go. They'll reset with Dillon. He'll go down the right. 10-second on Australia's shot clock. Hall at the top. Dillon once again. Back behind the goal. Dredgian right in front. Hall fires it over top of the net. And Hall gets into it with McAllister. Picked back up by Canada. And they'll move down the right side. Maxwell Lister. Looking to hand it off. He'll fake it. Sending it back down the right with a pass to Archer Hunt. Hunt right in front. Couldn't hit the stick of Robichaud. It'll go back into the corner. We'll get a whistle. Canada giving the ball back. But first we'll head to a short break, I believe. As we'll, with 7:25, we'll take a break. 2-1 for Canada after... or here in the first quarter. 2:18 still to go on the power play. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Brooks, Alberta. About to get back underway here. Canada taking it on the outside. Still on the penalty kill for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. They'll pass it across the zone. Hunt back to the top. Trying to send this one in on the attack. Missing that stick. They'll have to go back out. Robichaud walks in down the left side. Blocked in front by Australia. They'll say it was tipped out of play. Canada gets it back. Hunt at the top. Working off the screen. Takes it to the top. That'll bounce off a Canadian stick, landing back with Martin Liptak. Loading up, sending a long pass over center. Dredgian can't catch it. Canada will have to head the other way. Hunt down the right side on the penalty kill. Cuts in. Back up to the top. Nation on the right side. Trying to walk their way in. Into the corner once again. Back up with Hunt. Trying to cut his way through. Walks in. Goes low. Won't beat Martin Liptak. Picks it back up after the shot. Goes for it again. He'll take a step in the crease on his second attempt. Australia heading back down the floor. Down the right side. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-1, favoring Canada. After goals from Isaac Wong and Brandon McNally. Adam Deregian had the response for Australia. Dylan up at the top. Down the left side. Back to Dylan. 10 seconds on their shot clock. Deregian cross the zone. Puts it low. Good stop, Stiefel. Forrest taking it over half for Canada. Matisho passes this one over to Connor Materi. Already 2 assists to his name in his debut for Canada. Down the right side, looking for an option up high. 20 seconds left on the power play, just 10 on the shot clock. Materi calls for it back. He'll cut his way through. Goes low. That'll be stopped. At least they think. It's in the goaltender's equipment, and it won't cross the line. They'll go back down the left side. Looked like Martin Liptak wasn't even quite sure if he had it. Australia heads back the other way. Deshawn at the top. Deregian on the left side. Australia sets up as we head back to even strength. Narby. Back up high to Hall. Hall trying to push in Weasel Fat. Fresh out of the box. That's covered up by Stiefel. Canada heads back the other way after the stop. Foot hands this one off. Nation on the right side. Working off the screen from Hunt. He'll work his way down the left side. Canada able to use their speed offensively terrifically. They just haven't been able to quite get the volume to go. Robichon forced to give it up. Australia taking it over half. Tanabe on the left side. They'll reset to the top with Dylan. Swapping spots with Tanabe. Taking this one up high. Dylan fires it on. Good stop in front by Aiden Holiday on the block. Dylan right in front, down the right side. Couldn't find his stick. Shot clock violation on Australia. Forrest is going to take this one down the floor for Canada again. Materi at the top. Down the right. Into the corner. Gets the screen from Hunt. Materi can't outrun his defender. Has to go back up high. He's going to walk down the left. Back to the top again. That jump shot goes a little too high. It'll go back down the floor, over and back on Canada. Narby will set up in the corner for Australia. Deregian. Cross to Spivey. Australia looking good in the first 12 minutes here. Spivey with a chance in the slot, can't hold on. Canada trying to break out. Good transition defense, but it'll end up being a little too aggressive. Foot all alone, he'll go high. Canada grabs their third. And what started off as a really solid defensive front for Australia left 2 men completely alone in the defensive zone for Canada. Able to just walk in and fire it as Carter Foote gets his first. Narby and McAllister get ready to go at it. There'll be one back by Australia on the opening draw. Taking it down the left side is Narby. Trying to hand it off. Deregian down the right. Hall. He'll set a screen. Taking it back up to the top. Deregian. Narby. Back behind the goal. Running out of clock. Jaregian beats the shot clock. Won't quite beat Stiefel. Stiefel stopped 9 of 10 so far for Canada. On the other side, Martin Liptak, 13 of 16. From the corner. Back to the top with Hunt. Down the left. Pushing in is Robichaud. Finds McNally right in front. That'll be a good stop. Deshawn, long pass, finds Billsborough. Dillon, down the left side. About a minute 30 to go here in the first quarter. Tanabe, Jaregian. This will get fired wide. Back to the top again. Jaregian misses on that shot. Shot clock reset for Australia, but Canada able to get the steal. Barhemsing the other way, trying to go on the fast break. Couldn't catch the pass from his goaltender. Has to go back into the corner to pick it up. Will get popped up right at center as both teams try and find the loose ball. Will get blown down. And it looks like an illegal substitution might be getting called here. Or no, they'll just reset the play. Or no, they are putting a penalty on the board, so Australia just now sending out who will represent their bench. So Canada heading to the power play for the first time here today. In their first game, they went 33%. Back up to the top. The penalty kill for Australia did look pretty good against the U.S. Didn't have to kill many. Back on the right side, Materi right next to the post. Couldn't get it past Martin Liptak. Did a good job hugging that side. Up at the top, Chloe's takes it over the half line. 30 seconds or so to go in the first quarter. About 20 seconds on Australia's shot clock. Canada set up to potentially get the last possession on the power play. 10 seconds to go. Taking a few whacks, McAllister. Down in the corner, 2 seconds to go. Fired on, Stiefel on the stop. 10 seconds to go for Canada. They're going to load up. Not calling a timeout. 8 seconds. Down the right. 5, Nation fires. Blocked and sent wide by Australia, and that will do it for the first quarter. 3-1, favoring Canada after what was a very solid defensive first period for them. We're going to head to a short break. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Brooks, Alberta. second quarter. Just a few seconds away here in Brooks as we get ready to go. 3-1 for Canada after the first 15 minutes from goals by Isaac Wong, Brandon McNally, and Carter Foote. Australia's only one coming from Adam Djeredjian. Only 2 minutes, or only 2 penalties, excuse me, scored to either team. Canada still on the power play for a minute. Canada trying to get the pick up right in front of that Australian bench. Australia on the fast break down the left side. Narby jump shot won't quite get that one to go. They'll say it didn't collide with Stiefel either, so Canada gets the ball back in the defensive zone. 40 seconds left on their power play. Douglas back to the top. They won't go for the fast break. Might have had an odd man advantage there. Wong back to the top. Down the right side. Materi playing the corner. Wong, McNally, back to Wong again. Sets the screen, walks down the left, back to the right, fires it on. Good stop. Rebounds there for Canada. Materi clears. It'll get picked up down low. Back down the left side. Power play running out. On the right, back across. Robichon, back to Wong. Find the back pass. Won't find the stick of Robichon. Power play expires with 15 seconds on their shot clock. Materi couldn't get the one-timer to go. Picks it back up along the wall. McNally back behind the net. Goes for the wraparound. They'll say he took a step in the crease. That goal will not count. Honeyfield heading back down the floor. Trying to cross the half line. As Chloe's hands it off. Spivey on the right side for Australia. Takes this one in. Able to just barely dance through the defense, but can't keep his foot out of the crease on the attack. Matisho, cross half, Maxwell Lister. On the left side for Canada. Up at the top is Balliston. Fakes the handoff to Wong. On the right side, Balliston behind the back pass, finds Nation. Down the right side, Nation spins his way through, puts it on. He'll score! Judah Nation gets Canada's fourth. That's going to be Nation's third goal so far of World Juniors. Off a nice spin through that initial defender. Working off a screen as well. Able to create a little bit of space and put it on the near side of Martin Liptak. Matisho at the half line. He'll get knocked down at center. And it looks like they're going to be calling the cross check. Djeredjian heading off. So we're going to see Canada heading back to the power play. As they try and add to their lead. Australia just survived one power play. We'll see what Canada can do on their second attempt. McNally taking it from half, down the left side. Back to the corner. Up at the top, Wong. McNally down the right. That'll end up with Hunt. McNally on the left side, fires it on. He'll get his second. Canada gets number 5. Canada with a few nice debuts so far for players they did not play against Haudenosaunee. McNally now up to 2 goals. Materi, I believe, still 2 assists after being a part of both the opening goals for Canada. Down the left side, Materi. Trying to set up in front. Scrove goes just wide on his shot. Or no, they'll say that was stopped by Martin Liptak. Fresh shot clock for Canada. Up at the top, Scrove fires it on. Canada with another. A solid start to the second quarter so far for Canada. It was a high shot from outside from Hunter Scrove off the screen by Isaac Wong. It looked like Martin Liptak might have gotten a little bit of it, but not enough to fully stop it. So we'll get ready for another draw. Ryder Douglas and Jaregian go at it. Maxwell Lister passing it down the right side. Hunt in front, puts it over top of the net. Took a step in the crease on his shot as well. McNally leaving it for Jaregian. Trying to head down the right side of the floor. Australia giving the ball back in Canada's zone. Spivey walks this one down the left side, passing it up to Jaregian. Back across the zone again. Up at the top. There's a land on the stick of Sawamura. Back in front. Dillon not able to hold on. Tanabe with it now. To the top again. Jaregian blocked in front. Behind the back shot by Sawamura. Will miss. We'll go back up high. It looks like Australia is going to get a power play here. They'll start on the right side. Empty net for them, 6-on-5. Popped up, caught by Brady Weaselfat. It'll be a cross check. Maxwell Lister going to sit. 2 minutes for cross checking. Australia gets their second chance on the power play. Their first was a long 5-minute major given to Brady Weaselfat. Up high with Dillon. Down the right side, Hall to the corner. Dillon back across the left side. Trying to close the Canadian box. Hall right in front, fires it on. Good stop by Stiefel. He'll load up, go across half. Bouncing over top of the stick of Bar Hebsing. In the corner. Not able to hold on as Deshaun goes low to pick it up. And it looks like another penalty's coming up here. Australia's going to head to the box to join Canada. Fabian Hall will go take a seat. We'll wait and see what the call ends up being here. It's going to be a slash. 2 minutes put up on the board. We'll get a minute 27 of 4-on-4. Canada getting 33 seconds of power play time after that. Robichon at the top. Down the right side. Materi trying to push his way through Deshaun. Not able to get by that first line of defense. Robichon back down the left side. Up high. Canada loading up with McNally right in front. Wong all alone. Able to get the shot off. Can't beat Martin Liptak. Australia looking to send a long one over half. They'll decide not to pass it as Jackson Chloe's will take it across the half line. Handing this one off and going off for a change. Jinsky on the right side. Across the left side. Cutting in is Jaregian. Fires that one off the side. Jumping for the try. He'll get put down. Sawamura. Back to the top. Dillon. Sawamura once again. Fires that one on Stiefel. Good shoulder stop. We're going to have another penalty coming up. Canada heading back to the box here. We're going to get some 4-on-3. It's going to be a holding penalty. We'll see what Australia can do here with a bit of an unorthodox power play for at least 27 seconds. Up at the top. Jinsky fires it on. Rebounds there. Jaregian on the far side. Sawamura can't beat Stiefel. He'll pick it right back up. Fresh shot clock for Australia down the left side. 10 seconds to go before we get some 4-on-4. Jinsky back to the top, down the left. Sawamura can't hold on. Jinsky jumps for it. Will land back with Sawamura. Walks it down the right in front. Dillon blocked by the Canadian captain. McAllister along the board. He'll take it straight through center, trucking through Sawamura to get it over the half line, but losing the ball in the process. Honeyfield to Dredgian. He'll wait at the top, trying to hand this one off. That'll do it for the 4-on-4. Australia gets their 5th man back out on the floor. Back across the zone. Dredgian. Sawamura getting tossed around in the slot. Forrest with the pickup for Canada. Won't be able to do much with it as he gets ran through by that Australian offense. Maxwell Lister in the corner. Back at the top, Hunt. He'll end up taking a spill. Trying to hit Balliston in front. Bouncing back to the corner, Scrove. In the corner once again. This one will end up missing the net entirely. They'll say it was tipped out by Australia. Canada getting it back in the corner. Hunt on the left side. Taking it back to the corner. 20-second shot clock for Canada. Missing on that pass. Hunt will go back for it. Able to hold it on the right side. Canada back at even strength. 10-second shot clock. Walking in. McNally with a blast from up high. Stopped by Martin Liptak. McNally going down the left side. He'll get pushed over half. Over and back called on Australia. Right in front, 2-on-1. Becoming a 3-on-1. They'll decide not to take it. Materi on the right side. Popping it right in front. Hunt deciding not to shoot. Over to Robichaud. Long one through traffic. Goes off an Australian defender. Hunt walks in. Puts it on. Good stop, Martin Liptak. Australia looking for a long pass. Ends up high with Honeyfield. Deshaun taken out. Another power play coming up for Australia. Dredgian. 6-on-5, Australia getting their extra man out there. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Down the right side, walking in. Blocked in front, turned away. Jinsky. And that'll be a shot clock violation on Australia as they get ready to head to the power play. Brandon McNally will go to take a seat. We'll get a media timeout as well with 6:19 to go in the second quarter. 6-1 favoring Canada. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. All right, Australia getting it back at the top. They'll get their power play underway in the offensive zone. Dillon down the right side, Hall. Back to the top. Dillon once again, working off the screen from Tanami. Back across the zone, Jaregian. Missing on the pass to Hall. Dillon will keep it in the zone. 5 seconds to go. Jaregian walks in, down the right. Sawamura on the shot. Will go off the referee. Shot clock violation called on Australia. Maxwell Lister over half. On the left side, Robijan. Nation trying to work off a screen from Balliston. Decides to push through the physical defense from Australia on the right side. Balliston puts it on. Good stop. Picked up by Canada along the wall. Wong with it. On the left side. Walking it to the corner. Robijan down the right side. Balliston. Back to the top. Robijan. Across the zone. Behind the back shot. Won't go for Canada. 3 seconds to go. Robijan. Long shot. Stopped in front and turned away by Martin Liptak. Hall on the right side. Jaregian to Dillon. Back to Hall. Dillon. They'll work their way around the arc. Dillon getting the screen from Tanami. Blocked in front off the ankle of Jet Matisho. Shot clock called on Australia. McNally gets the rush. Walks in, fires, and scores. Out of the box and straight on to the score sheet. He'll get his third. McNally did not play for Canada yesterday. 3 goals already in the first half. Will get picked up by Forrest at the half line. McAllister coming in. Rushing down the right. Cutting his way through. Puts the shot on. Australia trying to send it over half. Picked up and sent back down the right wall. Land back in the corner. Trying to break out. Running into some tough defense from Maxwell Lister as we get a whistle here. Looks like Canada's getting the ball back. Up at the top. Scrove to the corner. Trying to work off the screen from Scrove. Passes it inside. Had the open lane. Couldn't hold on to the ball. Hunt going back into the corner to pick it up. Fake the dive. Went back to the top, Robijan. That one will miss his stick. It'll be an over and back on Canada. Australia getting it up at the top. Good shot by Hall. Douglas down the right side, finding Balliston. Fakes the shot, takes it down the left, won't fire. Back up to the top he goes. McNally being handed the ball. Walking it across, fires it on. McNally gets number 4. His 6th point of the game already as well. Able to work off a nice screen from Scrove. As Canada continues to add to their lead here in the first half. 2:39 to go in the second quarter. Shots 33-22 for Canada. Picked up on the draw by McAllister, going down the right. Passing it across, Materi goes high, won't beat him. Materi, another player who's already up high in the point totals, up to 4 assists. Back up at the top with Narby. Spivey with it, down the right side. Sawamura to Spivey. Puts it on and scores. Canada, or excuse me, Australia gets number 2. Luke Spivey getting his first of the World Juniors. Douglas stepping in across from Dragian. He'll pick it up, sending it down the left side for Robichon. Down the right, Nation on the jump shot, won't go. Dragian gets the pick up. Australia over half. Narby, 2-on-1 for Australia. Dillon forced to take it to the corner by Parker Forrest. Back to the top once again. Canopy over to Dillon. Across the zone. Foot will end up redirecting it towards his own goaltender. Weaselfat passes this one inside. Balliston can't hold on. It'll sail across, and Australia giving the ball back. 1:06 to go in the second quarter. Chloe's up at the top. He'll get sent into the boards, and it doesn't look like either team is too happy about how that went down. Looks like Canada's heading to the box. Maxwell Lister will go sit. 2 minutes for a hit from behind. 56 seconds. And it looks like they're going to take both. Australia also will sit. Luke Spivey. Canada to get it up at the top. Spivey gets a penalty for dead ball conduct. Down the left side. Missing that pass. Wong finds it. Materi at the top. Takes a whack. Trying to find the stick of Scrove. They'll end up being tipped on. Australia gets the pickup. 30 seconds to go. Landing back with Canada. Matisho. Didn't quite get it over half in time. 18.5 seconds left in the first half. Australia getting it. Will go down the right. Hall. See if they can get a last second shot on. 10 seconds to go. Up at the top, Sawamura. Down the right side. Cross the zone, Jaregian. Puts that one over top of the net, and that will do it for the first half. 8-2 for Canada, as we'll head into a short 10-minute break. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Brooks, Alberta. All right, welcome back to the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championships here in Brooks, Alberta. Canada and Australia getting ready to go for the second half, 8-2. After the first 30 minutes favoring Canada, looks like Australia will make a goalie change. We'll see the debut of Luca Bleu stepping in between the pipes. McAllister and Jaregian getting ready for the draw. As it looks like there's a little bit of a delay here. One of the referees talking with the bench for Canada. And it looks like they've got it all sorted now. So we'll get back underway. Both players getting to the floor. Pinned by McAllister. And picked up by Deshawn for Australia as they'll head in on the attack. On the right side, Australia on the charge. Dillon walks in, tries to hit Narby on the far side. Doesn't quite hit his stick. Down the right side, Hall. Back to Dillon. Narby trying to go back and get the steal, but it will be a shot clock violation on Australia. They'll pick it up along the wall. Taking it down the right. Materi. In the corner. 4 assists to his name in that first half. Back down low, Ballistin. Trying to spin off the defender, back to the top. That'll bounce off one stick. They won't like that screen from Canada. Australia getting it back. On the right side, it's picked up by Jackson Chloes. Setting up with Chinsky. Up high on the left side. Narby. Down along the wall. Tanabe. Back to the corner. Fired on. Good stop. That's Stiefel getting in front of it. Which I was just told I was mispronouncing. I apologize for that, as Australia has it back up at the top. Getting another chance in the offensive zone. 25 seconds to go on their shot clock. Sawamura. Back to Tanabe. Down the left side. Narby trying to cut through the slot. Pushing his way through. Gets through 3 Canadian defenders. Puts it on and scores. Holy smokes. What a goal for Australia. What a one-man effort as well, as Narby got by that first defensive line set up by, looks like that's Bar Hemsing and Holiday and Lott. Couldn't get there quick enough to turn him away, as he was just able to bounce through all 3 of them and put it over top of the shoulder of Stiefel. Douglas winning the draw for Canada. Let's see how they respond after Australia gets the first goal of the second half. This one put on by McNally, who's looking for his 5th. Passing it in for Scrove, picked up by Bleu. Passing this one up to Mulcahy. Going down the right, handing this one off. Chinsky. A big hit in front of that Canadian bench. He went down hard, and it looks like Australia will be getting the ball back. Up at the top. Chinsky with it. Cross to Tanabe. Going down the left side. Narby spins off one defender, goes low. Good stop by Canada. This one sent back up along the boards. Popped up by Carter Foote, holding it on the right side of that line. Won't be able to do it the second time. Over and back called on Canada. Narby at the half line. Hands it off to Danby down the left side. Back to the top. Popped up at center. Halliday taking it down low. They're going to run it over half. 20-second shot clock for Canada. And this is popped up. Balliston down the right side. Materi trying to cut his way through. Goes for the dive. It won't count. They'll say he took a step in the crease. Australia heads back the other way. On the rush with it. They'll take it over half. Dredgen down the left side. Right along the wall. Dillon with it. Back up to the top. Spivey on the long shot. Stiefel will get the stop. Trapping it in his stick as they head the other way. Ryder Douglas. Transitions for Canada. On the right side. Back to the top. Nation with it. He'll wait for a screen. Walks down the right. Looking for options down the middle. Will end up just walking it back to the top. Materi. Back to Robichaud. Tries to hit Hunt on the one-timer. Materi ends up going down up at the top as we get a whistle here. Penalty coming up to Australia. And it looks like it is going to be Jackson Chloe's going to sit. It's going to be a cross-check. Canada will get it up at the top. Already quite a few penalties in that first half. Canada did score on the power play. Let's see if they can find another. Wong down the right side, waiting for Hunt. Materi back to the top. Wong walks in, fires it on. Good stuff. It'll be picked back up by Canada along the wall. Wong with it down the left side. McNally. This will get popped up. Sending this one forward for Australia. Billsborough over the half line. Down the left side, Chloe's. Spinning his way into the offensive zone. He'll send a long pass up high to Dredgen. Up at the top. This one whistled on. Sent back up high. Dredgen running with it down the right side. Picked off by Forrest. Canada back in the offensive zone. 45 seconds to go on their power play. Down the right side. Hunt with it. To the top again. McNally. Down the right side. Balliston to the corner. On the left side. Robichaud back to the top. McNally. Fires this one across. Looking to the opposite side. Robichaud with it, and he'll get stuck behind the goal as the shot clock expires. Australia gets the pickup. And they'll get the chance to try and waste down what's left of the power play. Won't be able to. McNally picks it up at center after Hunt gets the steal in the corner. Hunt on the right side. Right in front, Nation puts that one on. Turned away. Running back for it is Materi. Picking it up in his own zone. Long pass finds Hunt on the right side. Nation. So get blocked in front. Good stop by Blue. They'll look across half. Hunt picks it off at center. Down the left side, 3-on-1 for Canada. Right in front. Hunt goes high, passes it right back across to McNally, who can't put it away. Canada will go with an empty net. Looks like they'll be heading to the power play. Balliston tries to go low. They'll say he took a step in the crease. Australia will head to the box for holding. Canada heading right back on the power play. Not able to score on their last one. Australia still with the only goal of the second half so far. Australia also out-shooting Canada in this third quarter. Balliston. Robichon. Back to the top, Balliston. Scrove with it. Robichon to Balliston. Nation now down the left side. McNally. Robichon. That'll end up sailing right across as Canada gets called on one of their screens. Australia will get the pickup in their own zone. Honeyfield down the left side. With it, that's Sawamura. Able to outrun Lott, but Nation quick to get back to help out. He'll work his way through, gets through the Canadian defense and scores. Another very impressive effort as Australia gets their fourth. Sawamura able to outrun the Canadian defense down the middle, getting by Brady Weaselfat in front. It's taken out by Lott crossing through center as all quick to respond, coming to defend his teammate. Looks like Lott's going to be heading to the box for his hit after the play. I believe I saw the signal for roughing. Looks like we'll head to 4-on-4. As that also was a shorthanded goal for Australia. As Canada now with only a 4-goal lead over the heavy underdogs in Australia. On the right side, Materi passing it in front. Wong can't hold on, has to go to the left side. Firing this one on. It'll end up missing and going down the floor. Over and back call. As it looks like we'll head to our media break here with 50 seconds to go in this period of 4-on-4. You're watching Canada and Australia here at the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. As we get back to it here, Australia will get the start in the corner. Passing it up to Spivey. 4-on-4. They'll have it on the right side. Back up to Dylan at the top. They'll load up the right. Jaregian getting behind the defense with Dylan on the shot. He'll score. Australia gets their fifth. 3 straight goals for Australia. As the comeback is alive here in Brooks, Alberta. As we'll get ready for the face-off here. 34 seconds still left to go in this little period of 4-on-4 before we see an Australian power play, I believe. As Narby on the left side, sending it down the wall. Up to Narby. Works their way in down the wall. Georgian up to the top. McAllister taking a few whacks as he tries to get this one out of the corner for Canada. He'll knock it up the wall. Parker Forrest coming in. He'll get knocked over the half line by Canada. Fresh shot clock coming Australia's way as they're on the power play. That shot by Sawamura turned away. Back along the wall again. Hand in the air here. It looks like a penalty's coming up. Australia is going to be heading to the box. Canada will get the power play. We'll have to wait 18 seconds for it, though, as still a few more seconds to go left on their penalty kill. So we'll get some 4-on-4. Brandon McNally up at the top with it. He's going to walk it from half. Looks like Canada happy to just waste down the 4-on-4 and get their power play out there. Up at the top, McNally. Lott will run to the box. 5 seconds, sending it in low. Hunt gets the pickup. Fresh shot clock for Canada. He'll go down the left side. McNally back across to Balliston. Behind the goal, Robichon to the top. McNally fires it on, blocked in front. Down the right side, 2-on-0 for Hunt. Puts it on. Canada gets their first of the third quarter. And it took a little while. They had to wait 10 minutes for it, but they'll beat Bleu on that shot. McAllister, cross from Georgian in the draw. Georgian able to react quicker, takes it to the wall. Popped up in the air. Won by Australia on the faceoff. Chloe's over half. Gets taken down by McAllister. Narby gets the steal down the right side off the loose ball. Not able to hold on through the contact with Forrest, and it looks like a cross check is coming up. As Canada sending McAllister to the box. Power play coming up for Australia. Dillon will get it at center. Down the left side. Australia working their way around the arc. Narby setting the screen for Dillon. Walks in down the left side. Georgian puts it on. Stopped in front. Heading back the other way. Maxwell Lister hands this one off. Nation on the right side. In the corner with it. Waits for the screen, walks it up to center, fires it on, and scores. Canada will get one shorthanded. That'll bring them to double digits as Judah Nation adds to his total on the game. That's Nation's second goal so far. Third point. Douglas in the draw. Won't be able to beat Georgian, who has looked rather good in the draws so far in the second half. Ryder Douglas across, taking it down the right side. Matisho up to the top, taking it down the wall. Trying to work their way through center. Ballistin. Back along the right side, Matisho to the top. Widening up, firing it on. Good stop. Turned away by Australia. Billsboro over half. Dillon with it at the top. They'll head down the right side. Hall to the corner. Tanabe sending it right back around. Back to the top. Dillon setting the screen. Running out of shot clock and power play time. Narby fires it wide off the back of the net. Gets the pickup for Canada. Foot heading the other way. 5 seconds left in McAllister's power play. We'll get back to even strength. Heading down the left side, McNally at the top. Tries to push his way through. Robichon fires it just wide of the net. This one jumped back on and stopped as we'll see it sent across center. Australia. That'll get picked off by Canada. For it rolls all the way through center once again. Australia on the steal going down the right. Both teams trying to fight for it. It'll be picked up by Nation down the right side. One-on-one. Trucks the first defender, but turned away by the second. He'll take it to the wall. Back up to the top. Wong goes to the corner to fight for it. Sending it across the floor. Up to the top, Materi. Trying to hit Archer Hunt on the cut. Spinning back in front. That shot blocked. Rebounds there for the taking. Hunter Scrove couldn't get the second attempt on. Big hit on Australia. About 80 seconds to go in the third quarter. Canada trying to force a turnover in their own zone. Will be taken down the floor by Bar Hemsing. Down the right side all alone. Puts it on. He'll score. Bar Hemsing gets his first for Canada. Jaregian will go across from McAllister. This will be picked up on the left side. McAllister off the screen from Wong. Taking it back behind the goal. Passing it back up to the top. Materi pushing his way through the lane. Right in front. Wong goes high. He'll score. As Canada piles on at the end of the third quarter. About 40 seconds to go. We'll get ready for the draw. Ryder Douglas. Trying to roll this one down. Sawamura on the pickup, heading down the left side. Cutting through the lane, Sawamura. That's stolen back. Canada heading the other way with 20 seconds left on the game clock. Weasel Fat to the top. He'll set the screen. Ballistin walks down the right. Nation running out of clock. Up to the top again, McNally down the left side. Put on, good stop as Australia survives the last push by Canada. We'll head into the fourth quarter here, 15 minutes to go. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Brooks. All right, we're about to get back underway here, just 20 seconds away from the fourth quarter, 12-5 for Canada, with 15 minutes to go. Now, Australia started to come back about halfway through that third quarter, but a few late goals from Canada reestablished their 7-goal lead. And now we'll just have to see what Australia can do as time begins to run out. McAllister up at the top with Djeredjian for the opening draw of the fourth quarter. Djeredjian up to 3 points so far on the World Juniors in 2 games. Has 2 points so far here tonight. As it looks like they're ironing out something right in front of that Australian bench. Looks like something might have spilt on the floor as they try and clean that up, as looks like they've got it figured out. McAllister and Djeredjian will get ready to go. This one stopped. Australia takes the draw on the infraction by Canada. Hall up at the top. He'll walk down the right. Spivey spins back outside. Back to the corner. To the top once again. Going down the left side. Off the screen. Cuts his way through. Goes high. Looks like that'll get turned away. Dane Stiefel on the stop. Canada 2-on-1. Maxwell Lister cutting in is... That was Archer Hunt on the try. It'll go back down low. To the top once again, McNally with it. Back up high. McNally on the right side, off the heavy screen. They're not going to like that one all too much. Australia getting the ball back. Crossing the half line and going down the right side of the wall. Sawamura. He's going to hold up before sending it back to the top. Shinsky down the left. Back with Jaregian. Inside. Dillon. He'll end up back in the corner. Australia trying to get the pickup. And it'll be a shot clock violation called on Australia. Brady Weaselfan walking it across the half line. Down the left side with it. Robachat. McNally. On the right side, Nation working off the screen from Materi. Walks in, fires, scores. That's number 13 for Canada. And that's going to make 5 straight goals. A streak that started right at the very end of that third quarter. And they've kept it going ever since. It's been a very streaky second half so far. We saw Australia score 4 straight to start off the third quarter. Canada's responded by responding with 4 of their own. Back to the top, Spivey on the right. He's going to wait for help before sending it back to the top. Narby. Jaregian now, down the left side. Spivey once again. Works off one defender in Parker Hunt. Or excuse me, Parker Forrest, as that's picked back up by Australia. Down the left side, Dillon. Hall down the right side. Looking for a shot. Rebounds there. Tip tie. As they award this one back to Canada. Forrest. Maxwell Lister on the right side hands this one off. McNally with it. At the top, Nation. Down the right. Hunt to Nation. Scrove behind the goal. That's going to go off the boards real awkwardly and land back in front. Will be given back to Australia in their own defensive zone. Down the right side. This pass will find Chloe's. They'll set up high. On the right side, it'll get walked back to the top before they head down the left with Jaregian. Screens from Hall and Danby. Back to the corner, shot on by Sawamura. Australia fighting for it along the wall. Back up to the top once again. There's one put on, they'll score. Jaregian gets his second goal. A heavy blast from up high for his third point. As we'll get ready to go. Douglas, across from Narby. Picked up by Douglas, popped in the air, down the right goes Hunt. He's going to wait for help. Back to the top. Hunt on the right side. Nation. Materi now. Nation tries to shoot while stuck in traffic there between 2 defensive sticks. As a chance for Australia goes, they'll score again, finding number 7. It looked like, despite all the confusion on the other side of the floor, the fast break for Australia was able to work as Narby was left all alone in front, going 5-hole. So that's once again back-to-back goals for Australia. McAllister fighting for it in front. Face off picked up by Canada. Materi down the left side. Long. Balliston on the cut. Materi will end up having to pick it up at the top. Right in front, McNally goes high, gets his own rebound. Back down the left side. Haudenosaunee scored 5 against Canada yesterday. Australia already outdoing their total. Canada going to be getting this ball back in the offensive zone. Up at the top, Balliston. Wong. McNally will dive for it. Didn't like the screen. We'll see Australia get it back. Honeyfield down the right. Shinsky with it. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Shots 57-41. Shinsky down the right. In front. Bounces off the screen, and that'll end up stopped by Stiefel. He'll go for a long pass. Finding Douglas down the left side, who's going to wait for some help. Passing this one up. Scrove down the left side. Screen from Robijan. Back along the right wall. Long shot blocked in front and picked right back up. He'll try and head back down the left side. Australia over the half line. Back down low. Canada will get the pick up off the backboard. Up on the fast break, missing the pass to Balliston. Picked up on the missed pass by Halliday. Canada setting up on the left side. Empty net as they'll get a power play coming up here. 15 seconds. Down the right side, firing it on. Canada gets one from Connor Materi. And Materi did not have a lot of room on that right side to work with on the shot, but he was able to beat Bleu with a great shot. Timeout for Australia here with 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. They're going to bring in their team to talk over their game plan for the end of this one. Even if Canada walks away with the win at the end of this one, Australia has certainly shown what they're capable of. As I imagine after that first game against the United States, obviously facing a lot of offense from the U.S., as they did allow 21 goals against. They've definitely shown more of what they can do here against Canada. Playing them close throughout. Their offense has looked real solid. Juregian and Douglas moving into the draw. Face off one by Dredgian. He'll try and push it back along the wall. Dredgian. 4 points on the game. 5 on the tournament for Australia. Dillon sending it down the right side. Chinsky. To the top. Missing the stick as Tanabe picks it up on the left side. He'll take a few whacks. Sending it across the floor. In on. The goaltender making a good stop. Canada gets the pickup. Matisho over the half line. Scrove with it. Walks in down the left side. Fires it on. Good stop. As Matisho gets it on the right side. Back along the wall. Nation puts this one on. This will end up rolling back across the defensive zone for Australia as Scrove can't grab it. Picked up by Chloe's. He'll try and get it over the half line. This will get shot back across as they'll go down the right. Hall on the pass. Spivey goes down the right. Back to the top. Right in front, Dillon on the shot. As Halliday gets pulled down there by Dredgian. It's going to be a holding as Dredgian will head to the box. As we will get our halfway timeout here of the fourth quarter with 6:27 to go, 14-7 for Canada. You're watching the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship here in Brooks. Canada getting ready to go for their power play. McNally up at the top. Walking it down the left side. To the corner, Robichon. He'll get it back on the wing. Back to McNally. Heading down the right. To the corner, Madiri. Back along the backside. To the top, Hunt. McNally walks in behind the back pass, Robichon. Back along the wall. Materi again, dives for it, stopped in front as this one's blown down. Australia getting the ball back. Trying to pass this one down the right. Sawamura down the left side. Back to the top, Chinsky. Winds up, fires it on. Good stop by Stiefel. Taking it down the left. Maxwell Lister. McNally with it. Back up to the top, Robichon. He'll go back and forth with McNally. On the far side, Wong. Materi. Back up the right to Hunt. Robichon. Materi goes high. Catches the rebound. Back down the left. McNally now. That one sent high again by Materi. Turned away. Back to Robichon at the top of the arc. Down the left side. They'll switch spots. McNally on the jump shot. Blocked by the stick and turned away. Heading back the other way, Australia on the charge. taking it over half and down the right side. Along the wall, this will get blocked. Dylan in front. Spivey fires that one off the backboards and back up the floor. It's going to be a shot clock violation on Australia, as Canada will get the chance to get their offense on the floor. A little over 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 14-7, favoring Canada. Scrove at the top. Hunt down the right. Nation. Hunt with it again. Back to the top. Outbound shot. Sails high. Picked up by Hunt. On the left side, gets the screen from Scrove. Ballistin fires this one on. Picked up by Materi. He'll send it low, and it will not count. They'll say that Materi got a foot down in the lane here. Australia heading back down the right side. Jaregian. Back to the top, Dylan. Narby cutting his way into the lane. Sends it back to Jaregian at the top. Long shot blocked and picked up by Forrest. Maxwell Lister might have a run down the left side. Decides to turn away. Australia's defense getting out there quick. Down the left side they go. McNally. Back to the top, Ballistin. Off the screen. He'll end up taking a slide. Passes it over to McNally. Goes for the wraparound. Can't beat the goaltender on that one. Shot clock violation called on Canada. They'll head down the right side. Long pass into Hall. He'll fire it on. Australia gets number 8. As Fabian Hall catches a pass all alone in the offensive zone. Plenty of time to work with on it as well. Goes over top of the shoulder of Dane Stiefel. Three minutes to go in the fourth quarter. McAllister and Jaregian go at it. Tipped forward, but won by Canada as it's popped in the air. Materi down the right. He'll set up from the corner. Taking a few whacks in front of that Canadian bench. Down the left side, Wong. This one's fired on. Canada gets one more. As you can see, Wong on the left side, just setting up Nation, blasting that one right by. That's number 4 for him on the game. Wong on the left side, waiting for help. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He'll get a screen. McNally walks this one in. That one bounces off the backboards, back along the wall. Canada's going to get called on the over and back. They're not all too happy about it. Australia gets this one up at half. Trying to go down the right side. Shot on by Hall. Popped into the corner. Maxwell Lister will get the pickup for Canada. Hand in the air. Looks like Canada's heading back to the penalty box. With 1:52 to go, they'll end the game assumingly on the penalty kill, unless Australia can score on the power play. Dylan down the left side to the corner, Jaregian. Back along the wall and back to the top. Hall. Narby back to Dillon. Dillon down the left, Dredgian cuts in Hall. That'll bounce all the way off the backboards. Narby can't get the pickup. Will roll back up to center. Australia gets the pickup. Dillon taken out by a stickless Bar Hemsing. Shot clock violation called on Australia. Maxwell Lister down the left side. 70 seconds to go. Up at the top, McNally. He'll wait. Fakes the pass. Sends it down the right. Judah Nation. McNally. Less than a minute to go. Puts this one on. Rebounds there. Jump shot blocked in front. Turned away. Power play coming up for Canada, or more a 4-on-4 as they'll take it back up to the top. 20 seconds on the shot clock. As this one becomes 5-on-5. Down the right side, Hunt jumps for it. Good stop. Cross check coming up to Australia. 24 seconds to go. Canada will get it up at the top. Robichaud will just walk this one in nice and slow from half. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds now. Back up to the top. Robichaud. And Canada just going to waste down this clock as they head to 2-0 here at the World Juniors. Australia falls to 0-2 after starting their tournament against the United States and Canada. An impressive performance from Australia, to be sure, as they managed to get 8 past the host nation. As both teams will eventually make their ways to the restraining lines for the Loading Lacrosse Player of the Game, presented by SportSide, Source for Sports. Dane Stiefel leading Canada down the line. Luca Blue on the other side. Haudenosaunee and the U.S. coming up. That game starts up at 8 p.m., so in just an hour. The U.S. 2-0 so far in their tournament. Haudenosaunee 1-1. They'll attempt to break the U.S.'s streak. As Australia heads to their line. Dane Stiefel will get the player of the game here. A very solid one for him as he stopped 39 of 47.
Player of the game for Australia, number 11, Yoshikage.
And Sawamura is going to get it on the other side. A goal and an assist to his name. His goal, definitely one of the prettier ones that we saw here today. And with that, we'll get ready for the winning team's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are able, please rise from your headwear for the playing of the national anthem of Canada.
All right, that'll do it for the first game here at Day 3 of the 2026 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. We got one more still left to go at 8 p.m. We'll see Haudenosaunee taking on the United States, so make sure to tune in for that. But for now, make sure to have yourself a good night.